Hello, everyone. It's your EDC Canada podcast crew with special guest and fellow admin, Parminder. Of course, you know Dan and Paul. And today's episode, main topic will be on sharpening. And later on the end of the episode, Paul will be announcing the winners of the 1,000 member giveaway. And he might have a special little giveaway for you, too. We don't know just yet. So, okay, we're going to start off on the sharpening aspect. We all have our own little systems we like to use. I have a field one I use, so
let's do our usual. Let's do our pocket dump.
Okay, pocket dump. So what does Parminder have on?
Yeah, I have multiple things, but this week I usually prefer like the small EDC knives, and I have Sean O'Hare Critter.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, this is like a perfect pocket size. Like you cannot get better than this. And I rotate with his RFK Mini. So I have this one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So these two, and I don't know, you guys know me much or not, but I do carry spinners as well. So I have Pose Cocoon. So this is made in Germany, German maker, Ben Pose, one of the best in class. Yes. So this is what I have.
I think that is the nicest spinner I've ever seen.
You haven't seen mine yet.
Okay, well, either way, Parminder, you also have a little something else that you can bring to our community. Look at that. You ended up hooking us up big time.
Absolutely. Why not?
So what you did during the week there, you hooked us up with a guard dog promo. You want to just speak quickly to that?
Absolutely. So guys, first of all, I prefer that we support our local businesses, and especially being a Canadian, I love to support our Canadian makers. So Guard Dog Inserts is the website. That's the name of the company. They make beautiful inserts for your Pelican case, or if you have other type of case for storing your knives or your EDC stuff. They make beautiful. So what we did, we did a tie-up with those guys, and anyone who is part of EDC Canada International, they will be getting 15% discount if they use the code EDC Canada, and they can take benefit of that promotion anytime.
That's beautiful. I love it. That's great for everybody.
That's right.
Help support local, and that's a huge thing we want to try to do.
Yeah. So. And I actually got because I use Pelican 1450 cases. So what I did, I was planning to upgrade those inserts for a long time. I actually got 40 knife setup from those guys. I got the four of those. It's amazing. There is nothing better than that. I think the pre-cut, foam and two color. I got the black and yellow. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it saves you the headache of trying to cut the stuff yourself or pick out the pieces. I think that's
right. Yeah.
You know, if I was into the cases, I would be taking advantage of this. Unfortunately, Parminder has seen my cubby of knives.
Yes, definitely. Who didn't see that, right? Yeah. So basically, it is a place where you dump, right?
It is. One day, buddy. One day.
That's right. Yeah.
All right, Phil, let's see what's in your pocket and getting used today, my friend.
Okay, today, the good old trusty.
You can take the guard dog promo off, too.
Oh,
please.
yeah. Fuck.
Thank you.
Sorry. So this week, today, it's been the Spider Code Tenacious. So.
Over-liable.
Yeah, it's off. Okay. Sorry, guys. Something was a little bit mis-set up on the computer right now. The Tenacious has been in the pocket all week, on and off. The little Die Hard, I got a little touch up with the sharpening today, but
oh yeah,
it's my carry for the week was this guy, little guy. I try to carry knives one knife per week. So of the 3 I have, this one probably gets the most use. So Dan, what do you have in your pockets today?
All right. So on the wrist was Invicta S1 Reserve.
That's probably the nicest Invicta I've seen too.
Nice.
I like them because they're big.
Yeah, it's
So
big
limited-
and it's a square. That's fun.
Yeah. And
You
I
gotta
like the
clean
copper
this
in the background.
Oh yeah.
And then this came in yesterday in the mail.
Oh,
That
yeah.
ritual.
What is that, Dan?
This is the CRKT Ritual. So this is a brand new 2021 design. It's a Fultz design from CRKT. It's assisted on bearings. You can't de-assist it. It's a pretty large knife.
Yes.
And as soon as I saw the Persian blade, I'm like, yep. So I called my buddy Roland at Target Knives and said, as soon as you can get me one, get me one. So he did. Deep carry pocket clip, a white kind of a paper micarta scale. And this is not titanium. It is a steel, but it is a nicely colored steel. So
beautiful.
Nice.
That's a really good looking knife, and that is insanely popular right now.
It is, yeah. And then obviously, pardon?
When I saw it, I was like thinking, how are you going to EDC that?
Right?
It doesn't EDC well.
I think that's a show. That's a collection knife, and it's nice and cheap too. And so it's in a lot of people's.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dan, you had one more.
And then obviously, me and slip joints. So this I got from somebody.
Oh yeah, that's gorgeous.
Nice little serve slip joints. Yeah, I'm getting used to carrying it. It's fitting good in the fifth pocket, nice and light.
So nice.
And it's got the 90 stop, so that's always good too.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I got. So Paul, that leaves you.
So you had a square watch today, and I apparently have a square watch too. I'm this boy has been around in my collection for about 5 years. It's the GW 5000 Solar Atomic G-Shock. It's a little bit more expensive than the other ones. It's got a screwback stainless steel case. Ooh. And I put the resin/steel combi bracelet on it about 6 months after I got it. I've worn it ever since like that. So that's what's on the wrist today. In the pocket, we do have a Fisher Space Pen in brass. All reliable, works great. And the standard i5T Olight. And someone else that's going to come up later on in the episode, a 3G Blades by Guy Bedingfield. I'm rocking his Warncliffe style slip joint this week with brown and black micarta handles.
Nice.
And put a little mirror edge on that. And that thing is just a beast. It wants to go D2 steel. And for the money, you're not going to get anything better than this in a custom. All right, guys. Let's get into some sharpening stuff. Who wants to take the reins and learn us something good?
Learn us?
You're going to learn us, buddy. I know it's going to be you learning us.
Let's start with what systems and where we use them. I mean, I know Dan has a lot of different techniques he uses. I know you have your own. I'm not too sure Parminder has.
Yeah, Parminder has his technique. Parminder's technique is called not using the knife.
No.
Okay.
No. Well, so I used. I'm pretty sure, Paul. You know about SNR. They have the sharpening services as well, right?
Yes. Yep.
So I use their service,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm thinking that I should buy my own guided system. So I'm into market and looking forward to some suggestions today and see like if I can get one of those guided systems.
That's smart.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. I know for me, when I started to get back at EDC back in 2014-ish, or even before that, the one system I used was a guided system. There's actually two out there. One is the Smith, I believe it is, and the other one's the Lansky guided. Yeah. Both were phenomenal little systems for what they do. If you have a bigger knife, they just don't work very well for larger knives. That's where using a sharpening stone would be a much better option there.
a lot more
for
time
you,
consuming.
but it comes more to more.
I'm just going to get mine out of the way right now, and everybody's hating on the Spyderco Sharp Maker. But I tell you what, if you get the certain rods, also don't point out that, yes, these rods are caked. I know it. I know they're caked. I'm going to clean them. Don't shake your fucking head, Dan. This
Sharpening steel on top of steel, that's the same hardness.
Yeah, well, the inside is okay, so shut your mouth. So this is the easiest thing. You literally keep your blade at the same thing, and it's just guided all the way down to the bottom every time. This is brilliant, easy to use, and I've been using this particular unit for 5 years since I was really starting to get in 5-6 years. This is my primary, and it's easy as hell to use. And you can get different rods. These are the ultra fines. It comes with a medium and fine, and I have a CBN rod if I need to reprofile from damage. So that's another option for you right there.
Yeah, it's a good option too. I looked at those when I first got into it. It was just like at the time I didn't have the money for that system at the time. It was like about $100 something bucks at the time.
It still is, but I mean, you do the kitchen scissors. You can do everything on here. It has a scissor attachment. I put this in. I run my scissors like this. I sharpen my scissors. Kitchen shears, right?
Yeah.
And if you want to be a stone guy, on the bottom, it's got inserts. So you can literally put the rods in here and use it like a flat stone. So this thing has a lot of options for people. And that's why I recommend it. I mean, shit, if I don't want to sit there doing it the other way, this is my go-to. Daniel-san.
So I don't sharpen much. Not gonna lie. Why? Because I let my knives go dull.
That's right.
I think the reason why you don't sharp because you want to use all those 500 knives in your collection.
I was just gonna say the reason he doesn't sharpen is because for cutting one box with this knife, and the next day it's another knife he's cutting one box with.
That's right. Yeah.
So, Parminder also has some background knowledge around how embarrassed I am with some parts of my collection, where he's seen the fact that there's 30-year-old knives that are still in boxes sitting around places in my room. The big thing for me, I mean, I grew up on a farm. I've always used my blades, and I was a cable guy, so I used to run cable, fiber optics, and all that stuff. So I used my stuff. But for me, it was in my head ever since I was a kid. It was just like, I'm working, I feel it drag. I grab my honing device. I didn't say sharpening, I said honing device.
Yes.
Grab my honing device, touch up my blade, boom, 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 5, 5, 5, 5. Keep going back to work. Sharpening a knife was, I went somewhere for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, doing some work out when I worked at TELUS, like in the remote areas or something, and it got dull. So I brought it home, and then I put it onto a stone. And usually my choice was a stone. So, traditional Japanese water stones is kind of what I used. So this is like a Old Faithful, as I call it, a 400,000 grit combo. If I can't get a knife reprofiled with this, I mean, I don't know what else I honestly use, but they are something to do with patience. It's got to do with taking your time, and for me, it's almost therapeutic too, right? So this is kind of the Old Faithful for sharpening. But when it comes to every day, this is my wallet. This is what I mean. This is how crazy I am when it comes to honing. So this is my DMT blue. So that's the medium grit diamond card. I've had this for 20 years, and it stays with me everywhere. And as soon as I feel it pull, I touch it up. And so that's the biggest thing for me. So when I tell people, and people ask me questions about sharpening and guided systems and all that kind of stuff, and I say that's fine and dandy. The reason why people fail or get upset with it is because you've taken a knife, and nowadays, especially, knives are much harder with the seals that they're using. And now it's not a quick and easy. It's painfully hard to sharpen because the blade seals are so damn hard, right?
Can I just reiterate with my ultra fines? That's essentially what I do with my knives. Is the touch up from when it loses razor sharp. I wasn't meaning for sharpening, but giving Parminder his use things. I have all the rods in case. My ultra fines, that's why they're so freaking dirty. It's just because it's a quick couple, 5, 10 swipes each side, right?
That's why you're gonna buy one of these, right?
That's what I need. I throw it in the truck. I was looking at the getting that workshop sharp.
No,
field
this is that
sharpener.
this is a diamond eraser.
Oh.
So this is like a regular eraser, but it's embedded with diamond dust.
Geez.
And people use it to usually take rust off of something. But what it works really good for is cleaning your ceramic rods.
I
So
need
if I
that.
take-
Yeah. I what I do is SOS powder, or not SOS powder, but Comet in an SOS pad usually.
So if you look at
And
this,
that's what I've been looking at getting is one of those. I have my the fine
right.
ceramic where I can just touch that edge, just hone that edge back to straight. That's what I've been looking at. And we're going to see the
same
miracle of
here.
a diamond eraser.
Damn it, Dan.
Come on, Dan. You don't want to look like an idiot. Oh, goddamn. He did really good.
I know.
I was hoping it was going to fail.
So this is the other one. Remember, you were talking about me playing on an episode. They were talking
This
about
is good.
this is what I was playing with. So someone said, Dan, I want to buy one of these. What do you think? And I said, I don't have it. I'll go buy it. So I went and bought this from Cabela's. It's got a coarse and a fine diamond. So this is the coarse. This is the fine diamond. It's got these guides on here. So it's got the 20-degree guide already on it, which helps you attain the angle, which is 99% of sharpening, right?
Yeah.
It's also got 3 different levels of ceramic, and it's got like a little serration sharpener here. So that's good. And then my addictive part, when you saw me on the leather strop. So really, honestly speaking, what you do is you just grab a knife. And like I said, hardest thing to do is angles. But if you look at this, and you put this on that angle, right, and you just drop it, you're on 20. You just follow it through to the end, and then you just come back to the other side, slide it on, and come across, right, and you just stay on that angle. So I was fairly surprised on how well this did, to be honest with you.
And this is a workshop. Is that a workshop?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, workshop.
I had the chance to
they-
pick one up when it first came out, and I didn't do it, and I wish I freaking did.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised with this.
I've actually used those guys in the past. What Dan has there, and it's a great little system. But the issue that I had it, but I was using it that little few times. It's getting the right angle. I always had a issue with just how my hands are sometimes. So
The newer style with Dan, it really gives you that angle. And if you feel you coming off, just like you literally have your angle set. If you feel that you're starting to stray, move your knife and then just sharpen everything right there almost. You could almost right at the tip keep your angle if you really wanted to. And you're going to use that stone super hard right at the beginning. But it gives you an option for that sharpening system. And it's a great system. I got to pick one up. Good afternoon,
It's,
Facebook user.
Someone's on.
yeah. Well,
So
I know. I'm gonna like for me. I use this little guy here. It's my basic when I'm out and about. It's just a little pull through hone. But if I do use the carbide feature, it's if the blade is
Phil, can you
royally.
can you center? I can't center it in the picture. You can't see it.
Oh.
Center up. There you go.
It's the carbide has a ceramic. Here it's mirrored finish. The carbide piece here for really stubborn nicks or whatever. It works good. It's mainly when I'm out in the field. I don't have a stone with me or have that workshop that Dan has, which
I
I'm
think
looking
that
at
would be
getting
a good
eventually.
investment for you, buddy. I think that would be the best investment for you.
Yeah.
For those, and you would lose your mind because of how good that thing is.
Oh, I
Remember
used
how-
in the past. I used the workshop in the past when I was out in the field, and it worked great. But it's just
Right.
I always had that issue getting the right angle. But it's just starting to really get good with sharpening, trying different systems. That actually helped me with actually using the stones.
Good.
So I'm much better stones now than I was before.
I'm terrible on stones. I got my wife to pick me up some cheap ones off Amazon, and they aren't fully loaded yet, obviously. But I got an actual setup here. I've got Dan's 400 to 1,000 on top. So I've got my stone set up, and I've tried it, and my God, I was so shitty with them. This is going to come with time and patience, so I'm not giving up. But this is my next step, because what I've been using a lot of the time right now, and it's ended up giving me mirror edges, is a lot of filthy sandpaper and really high grits. So I started 1,000, worked up to 2, 3. I have 10,000 here. I got 3 of these off sandpaper.ca or something, and this thing will mirror polish your knife. Whether you believe it or not, you keep a good angle, which I've been trying to do, and you're going to get mirror edge results on the sandpaper stuff. I don't scrub. I scrub on the lower grits. So scrubbing meaning I'll go back and forth on the blade. I don't end up getting a burr, right? As I go up higher, I'll start with my one direction, keeping my angle as consistent as I can, whatever angle I'm doing. They're usually probably 15 or under, and I keep a nice, consistent flow. And I've been getting really good results with the sandpaper. So that's me. I mean, I'm learning on stones, guys. I'm learning. Don't chastise me for this. I'm learning.
So just out of curiosity, why do you want a mirror edge?
You know what the real thing comes to? It's just because I can. I don't want it, and I've never wanted it, and that's why the ultra fines and stuff in this I've used for so long without issue. Mm-hmm. When I started getting the sandpaper, I noticed that even as my grit went up, I was just like, oh, it's actually polishing it. That's cool, and I just want to take that to see how far I could do. It's not that I need one or that it actually affects my performance of my blade in my everyday use. It's having fun, you know.
Someone said wicked edge or bust, boys.
I think I will agree to disagree with the comment. I don't know who commented wicked edge or bust boys.
That would be Brandon, or that's actually Brandon Liberté there.
Yes, I will say that just like Dan said that the credit card size thing is working for him, and for Paul, it is like the sandpaper is working for him. So it depends on like who you ask, right? Yeah. And how better you are getting into those particular systems. Some can just nail the sharpening on the Spyderco one, what you have, Paul. Yep. And some cannot even work on Wicked Edge. I heard like so many horror stories about the Wicked Edge as well, because people didn't did it properly, right?
That's right.
And then they try to blame it on the system, but it is not the system. It is the practice. The more you practice, more you do it.
That's it.
That's how it is going to work.
My stones, I did a shitty job with them, but the more I use them, the better I'm going to get.
And if you if you ask like the old school guys, they will say like the stone is the best.
Oh, and the quality of the stone is not necessarily the most important, I've learned. So yes, these are cheap Amazon stones.
Yeah.
But when I get good, these 10,000 grit stones are going to be just as good as a $200 stone.
Speaking of, these are those expensive stones. So these are Japanese. This is a 30,000 grit natural stone, and it only works when you use it in conjunction with this, which is a Nagura stone. Now these are getting very hard to find. They're making synthetic ones which don't sharpen as well, but how this works is a combination. So you put an edge on with this, and then you take this while it's wet and you create a slurry. And when the slurry is formed, that's how you get it, right? That's how you get that super edge. Now, when people, you're like, okay, how often do you use that, Dan? I use it on one knife and one knife only. Yeah. Here's the knife I use it on.
The razor. That's all you need it on.
I don't need it on anything else.
That's right. That's like talking mirror edges, and they put it on everything, right? You don't need it. So this is something that it benefits from.
Yeah. Absolutely. So I don't use it very often. I've done it a few times. I did it for a couple of my friends that are bakers. And that's because they score bread and they need it to not stick. So a few bakers, I've done it for them. Otherwise, usually I'm done at 1,000 grit. And the other thing is
Sorry.
I have a lot of things when it comes to sharpening, a lot of pet peeves. And the Wicked Edge, all these systems, the Lansky clamp-on systems and all this kind of stuff, it's interesting that it's a sharpening device, so that's good. B, they just teach you to shove it in there. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but take your knife, put it in, clamp it in, grab your knife, start sharpening, flip it over, sharpen the other side, flip out your stones, keep going, keep going, keep going. You take a knife, right? So if this is dull, right? Someone's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna take it to a stone and start sharpening. So I'm gonna start from this side and keep going. So here's my little thing. If I did that, am I doing it right? So I know this knife is dull. How do I know? Because it is, right? So naturally, would you pull out a stone that's got a coarse grit and go to town on it on a 20-degree angle? Should I just start sharpening this sucker?
No, you're not trying to reprofile it.
Okay, so should I go to the fine?
No. No, you know what? The first thing I do if I have that, I hit my finest thing just to see if it's a matter of correcting my edge.
Philip, what do you think? He's cutting away. What's the first step? What do you think?
If it's dull,
Yeah,
probably just
there it is.
You know what? Let me retract that after Phil answers.
just basically, I would probably stir up it myself.
Okay. What was your re-answer?
I'm thinking you could literally hit the strop and take whatever's obstructing off of the edge.
Remember? Anything?
No.
He'd say put it back in the box and sell to somebody overseas.
As an OG, right?
So what I would do with this is what people don't do anymore with knives, right? Your grandpa used to do this all the time. Do you know why he did this?
You're seeing if there's a burr. You're seeing if there's damage on this side or the other side.
You're predominantly when you use a knife, you're not cutting and putting equal pressure on a geometric edge ever.
That's right.
You're always twisting, you're turning. 99% of the time,
yes,
there's just a burr on it that needs to be knocked off.
Yeah.
So you thumb it and you'll feel it grab one way more than the other.
That's right.
That's what they used to do. So when I do this, I'm like, wow, it grabs this way, but kind of doesn't grab this way. So there might be a burr on it. So if I just take any system, I guess, I'll grab my trusty DMT here, right? So I'll take it and I'll just go, I don't know. There's probably a burr on one side. I'll give it 5 strokes. Thumb it again, right? Take it over to a piece of paper and be like, I wonder if it's gonna. Well,
here we go.
I'll be damned. Guess what? It was just a burr. Or you can clamp it in a system and take off 20 pounds of steel.
Well, that's the problem with the system. You are taking off way more steel than you need to. That it makes it almost not even. Well, it almost evens it out to a carbide pull through. Except you're getting a finer edge when you do it.
I wouldn't go to the carbide, but
why? Why can't I shoot some digs at the KME and Wicked Edge guys? Fuck those guys.
Murray Carter was my first sharpening mentor. You folks have a sharpening mentor? I do. His name was Andy Ferguson. God rest his soul. He knew more about knives than I ever will, and he's the one who used to tell me this kind of stuff. And he's the kind of guy who's old school and would use a buck duke in the middle of a hunt to start field dressing a deer. So I learned a lot from him, to be honest with you. And then Brian Little I learned from as well. And then just after that, just doing my own stuff.
Yeah, you evolve your own style, and I mean, you know what my mentor's name was? YouTube. And so
pretty much,
I looked into that when I decided, I got to sharpen my own fucking knives, and I got the sharp maker, and I said, how do I use it properly? And Sal hired Buddy to show you how to sharpen it properly, and so then I've developed my technique off of that. So essentially, Spyderco learned me to sharpen, And then I pick up tidbit here, tidbit there, off of groups in Facebook, off of Instagram, etc. So you develop your own way. And that's why, again, I was like, I'm feeling more confident and starting to keep my knife at a specific angle. If I have a thumb there, I know exactly my angle every time, both ways. So I started recently just getting into the sandpaper stuff. I'm like, well, damn, that gives me a hair popping edge. And it also mirrored it. And, it's evolving your own style. But everybody starts somewhere. And yes, it was essentially Spyderco that taught me how to do it. And I almost think, I might be wrong, but for Parminder, that DMT card might be all he really needs.
I am definitely going to try, after this, I'm going to ask Dan, give me the link where he got it from.
Oh, I want one too.
I'm definitely going to try that.
I want one too, as well as I'm going to pick up that little field sharpener just for fun.
Well, Parminder, I'll be honest, I am very, very impressed with this kit.
He hasn't stopped talking about it. It looks excellent, and it is. And I think for you,
20 years,
you just know you're going to take your time. Just kind of knowing you for a short stint, I know that you're going to be perfect with it, and just take your time nice and slow and make sure that edge is good. And I think that system will kill it for you. You get to spend time learning your knife and getting to bond with your knife during the process, which is silly to say, but
nice one, Phil. Phil tried to show off.
It failed.
It happens.
This is like
I can try work sharp as well, Dan. That's not a problem because that's the only thing I'm worried about. I don't want to invest $1,000 in Wicked Edge, and then later on, then I feel like, okay, you know what, this is not serving me the purpose, because I'm not a professional sharpening service, right? I don't do that. I'm looking for something which is going to help me, right?
Yeah. I would honestly, I would go with this, especially if you're not being super hard on your knives and stuff like that. I would go with that. And then the DMT stones are they're so good. They're easy to use. And why I tell people to go kind of a medium is you're not going to screw up your blade. Yeah. When you have a aggressive grit, you can mess something up very quickly, especially with a diamond, because it's right. So when you have something that's a little bit lighter, it's easier to use in that fashion, because you know what, you can screw up and you can feel it screwing up, right? And then you can bring it back.
Yeah.
Right. So if I had some really high-end knives, I'd be in Wicked Edge. I'm mainly user, so I'm a Lansky Diamonds. I mean, you don't need to have a Wicked knife to have a Wicked Edge. No. You want me to grab $1,000 knife and sharpen it on a $2 stone? Sure, I can do it.
Oh, that's exactly it. You want me to rub that on sandpaper? It's going to give you that same result, spending a fraction of the price.
Yeah, exactly. As I mentioned earlier, it depends on who you ask, right? And plus, you have to be comfortable on any system. You have to be comfortable. If you're not comfortable,
learn it and learn it properly.
Yeah.
Do it to the textbook until you get more comfortable to start knowing, if I tilt the blade a little bit more inwards, if I'm doing the outward stone on a shirt maker, it ends up being better or something. You'll develop techniques as you go.
Yeah.
Dan, stop being so loud with that paper. Jesus.
I just chucked it. So I took
Everybody,
5 passes
apologize
on
for Dan's paper.
5 passes on a DMT, and this is back to normal because all I had was an edge. Now, one thing that I always think is funny, and this is what I learned from Andy. So whoever said that, who was your first mentor? The fact is, let me grab something. You guys talk. Let me just show you something.
Hi, Parminder. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good.
So, do you own any Razels yet, or Graham knives?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a Razel?
Yes.
You're gonna have to show that sometime.
Yes. So
I'm huge on. Love them.
Yes. So definitely, maybe in the next show, okay, I can show Razel. The reason I say because I keep it in very safe place.
Of course.
So I don't want to dig all those places right now, but definitely in the next show I can show Razel. Yeah.
Again, we're going to explain. Parminder is a huge collector of real high quality stuff. So by all means, yeah, that would be great.
Parminder is kind of our collector of the group, so we can get his overview.
This is old school. This is an India whetstone. This is what you used to find in all the knives you used to buy back in the day that came in the leather sheath, etc.
That would be in that little separate pouch.
Yeah.
That's right.
This does not work anymore on super steels because the steel is harder than this stupid stone now.
Yep. So
really, all you can really do with it is kind of hone your edge a little.
Your edge a bit, and you're good.
Right? Back in the day, you'd see some guy spit on it or whatever the case may be to get it, But that's about it. So we've come a long way from that. That's why a lot of this stuff with the wicked edge comes out. The difference is, so what I was taught, so Andy taught me with stuff like this. And he goes, Dan, always get something that is less complicated and smaller because it's more versatile. And I said, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about, Andy. And he's like, okay, fine. And I'll grab this kitchen knife here for an example. So this is an 8-inch chef knife. This is a 2-inch stone. Do you think this will work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now if I grab a 3-foot sword and a 2-inch stone, will it work?
Yeah, but you're going to have fun.
No, it's super easy.
Well, either way, it's still going to work.
Now, can you put a 3-foot sword on a KME?
No. You are limited by your blade size on the guided system.
And your thickness, because that clamp has to clamp onto the spine, right? And that's your problem. So, remember, there's so many ways to sharpen, but the bottom, there's two things I want to tell people, and take it however you want to. Angles is number one. Number two is consistency. And what that means is, are you consistent on angle, pressure, and everything else? And if you're not, you'll never have the correct edge.
That's huge. When I first started playing with sandpaper, I was convexing a lot of my edges until I was able to get super consistent.
So to show you, so here's a chef knife.
He'll be back.
I'll use this. So here is that sharpening system, right? So if I go like this and I'm holding it, and I go like this and I put my knife in and I bring it across the edge, you notice that my hand is flexing, right?
Yes.
So naturally, you're going to be like, oh, to make it stop, I'll just push less when I get to the tip. So now you've taken off more material here, but not here.
That's right.
So people are like, damn, how do you fix that? What do you do? Well, don't be fancy. I mean, the biggest thing I used to hate seeing back in the day is when you saw celebrity chefs do this.
Oh.
I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Right? You want to do it correct? You take your thing.
You roll down.
So there's 90, cut it in half, 20.
Yep.
And bring it down.
That's it.
And you can watch your angle the entire time, right? You put it on the edge of a table. I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing, but put it on the edge of a table. Can you see this?
Yes, we can see that. Yeah.
So when you go like this, and you come across, what you're not worried about is hitting the table. You're not worried about hitting yourself, and you're not stopping your knife from being sharpened by changing the force when you get to the tip of the knife.
Yeah.
Right. So if I take the work sharp and I'm learning on it, could I stack it and do it? Absolutely. I can see my angle. And I can see
a good point, Dan.
Right? And then I swooped over.
It literally turns into a sharp maker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's one of the biggest keys. And I've seen it a lot. People will be like, oh, my tip is dull, or whatever the case may be. And it's because
Dan, it's just us here.
Sir.
We can name names. We know he's watching.
I I don't
We
know who
love
you're
you,
talking about.
Ron. We love you, Ron. You'll be back on the show soon.
So that's my biggest thing. When it comes to sharpening, there's a couple things. Like, obviously, if you're using your knives a lot and you're away from a honing device, then I would say get a Lansky, get a KME, whatever the case may be. If you're someone who isn't using it very much, but then when you're using it, can feel it drag, straight up, something like this. I mean,
Yep.
even, sorry, I was showing you this. This is a ceramic rod from Lee Valley Tools for $4.
Yep. Oh, awesome.
This will
Great
touch up
place
a
to
blade.
go.
Perfect for kitchen knives too. Have that in the
Yeah.
kitchen thing instead of the honing steel. Oh, hell yeah.
So really, that's what it is. So when people are asking, Dan, where would you start? I always say get two things. I say get something like a rod, right, and or a medium to fine diamond card or a stone, and then get something that's guided.
Yes.
Mr. Tom
Hi,
Bates
Tom.
is here.
Hi, Tom.
So get something guided. And the reason is, the more you start playing with something that's guided.
Hey, this was going to bring in what I was just about to say. Coffee cups. What the old thing is, you turn it upside down.
Whoops.
You've got a ceramic sharpener right there if you can keep your angle. And I will cut it again and say, trucker's secret. Roll down your window and use the edge of that window at the set angle of a car, of a truck, anything.
Yeah,
That will also help hone your edge back. It's not going to make it perfect, but you know what? It keeps you going. I'm sorry, Dan. Let's go.
No, that's old school, right? And it is this ceramic rod. There's no difference really, other than just this isn't as rough as what the unglazed part of a coffee mug underneath.
Exactly right. And it's like using the window of a truck or a car. That finished, slight rounded edge of the window of your car could be your sharpener.
Yeah.
You know, and I did it during the week. So
that's good to know, Paul.
Yeah.
It does work, but make sure it's unglazed. So don't make sure it's not shiny.
On the coffee cup, you have to have the exposed ceramic, which they usually do. They will glaze everything except for the rim around the bottom of the cup. Usually, if it is glazed, it's no good.
Yeah. So, the reason I'm saying get two, if you can, like a diamond card or one of these, is the more you can. Freehand sharpening creates Appleseed edge, which is our strongest. Correct. Yes, it does. One of the things it does is once you start doing this, and you can see your angle.
Yeah,
right?
I can see that. Yeah.
Once you move away from it, you naturally know what your angle is.
Yes.
And then you can start using different systems. And then, depending on what knife you have, not all knives are 20 degrees, right?
Yeah.
So what happens is, as you understand angles and pressure, you can work it down. So when I was talking to Brian Little, who's a knife maker out of Southern Alberta, he basically explained it like this, that your knife edge under a microscope looks like this.
Yes.
Right? And as you sharpen, it does this.
Oh, there's our culprit.
Right? And once you do that, gentleman, you could technically sharpen just on a coarse diamond grit by varying your pressure. So push hard, it'll hog material, lighten up, and it'll just hit those little burrs and realign the edge. So that's what I'm saying. If people are out there and they want to learn how to sharpen, obviously the easiest way to do it is learn how to hone and then worry about sharpening after that. Because as you understand your angles, and it's very easy to correct an angle when you're honing. If you mess up your angle with a ceramic, it's not very hard to bring it back because you can feel it. You'd be like, oh, why does it cut paper one way and not the other way?
Right.
It's super easy to figure out. And the reason I like this, if you screw up, you can go back and you can use the guide again. I would put this on a table when you use it as well.
Yes.
Right? My issue with it.
Yeah. I wouldn't do what I was doing. Don't do this.
No.
Yeah, that's right.
I was not planning to experiment that.
He's in the field holding it. It's just going all right.
I know when I was camping with the guy I was with, I didn't have a sharpening system with me. I didn't have it yet. Or didn't have one week, so it got lost on that trip. He had one of those guys, and I'm doing what Dan was just doing, and I kind of messed up the edge a little bit. I just gave it the knife and not to him because he's more experienced with it, and he basically fixed my fuck up out.
Yeah.
It's also too, like I know from my experience, it's practice.
Yep.
Yeah.
With any system. I started off with stone. That's where I kind of switched to that Smith guided system. It comes with experience. Now like, I can use the stone. It's
Dropping.
yeah. I now can use the stone as effectively as anything else. I sharpened many kitchen knives with them, and I got to put a damn fine edge on it that they still haven't touched
So
before.
pop. That's right. Pop up this question here. Dropping for edge maintenance. Different compounds. This can rectify a lot of people's situations where, as Dan was stating, when you're thumbing your blade, you feel a little pull on one side versus the other. You run that on your leather and compound real soft.
Yeah.
At that right angle.
Jeweler's
so this is more experienced people. You will get rid of that burr.
Yeah, I mean, my preferred with my knives in the past, what I mainly did 95% of the time was stropping the blades I had. I had all the shops, so I had all the materials already there. I had the Jeweler's Rouge for my other tools, the swivel knife, that I was able to make a piece for the knives that I would be sitting watching a YouTube or a movie, just stroking the knife other than watching the movie. It's therapeutic.
So also with that, so the problem with that as well is there's an age-old question. How do you strop a knife?
That's right.
Do you pick it up? Do you roll it? Do you stop? Do you lift? Do you what? What that refers to is you take a knife and you're stropping it, right? And you come off the strop.
Which you're technically rubbing your point off. Just by a hair.
Well, I mean, no, you should be fine if you're coming straight off, right?
Just by a hair.
Like this.
Yeah.
But what people do is they go like this, and as they go to flip
They
it on the other side, you see what I'm doing?
Yeah.
You're changing the angle the entire way, and then you come back this way.
You kill that tip.
And then you're kind of, you won't kill it because it's a strop, right?
No,
traditionally,
but it
what people used to do
can take away that razor's edge is the thing.
Yeah. So what people used to do is this back in the day. Back.
Yeah, like the razors, like the straight razors. That's what they would do.
Straight razors.
You got one piece, and you're just back forth.
Yeah, and then also if you're not good at stropping, this is why I like this so much.
Yes.
The hardest thing to strop with is a traditional belt, because the thing is the belt bows.
That's right, and if you don't have so many pounds of pressure holding that, you will be bending your medium of which you're rubbing your blade apex against.
Yeah.
Which will cause it to roll in one way or the other, which takes away the absolute razor sharpness of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't take away the sharpness. It'll work, but
yeah. I'll stick with this, to be honest with you. Remember for a recommendation. So for people watching, this is that Work Sharp Field Sharpener. 2 grits of diamond, 2 different grits of ceramic, a hook sharpener, this is for serrations, which is fine and dandy, and then a strop. Being that I can put this on the ground, I can put it on a tabletop, whatever. This is really good. It helps you understand how to sharpen. And what it does is it gives you the ability not to take off a ton of material. That's my other thing.
Great trainer as well as the sharp maker, though. The sharp maker is more money. You have more options, but same general concept. It's giving you your angle. Okay, I know that you might look at it. Yes, my angle's here, but then you're going to look at that, and eventually, if you had an angle here with a flat here, over time, I came to that and started doing the sandpaper and adjusted my angle even more shallow.
Yeah. So I hope that helps some people. Someone just jumped out, enjoyed the time, got to go. Yeah. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. Great question, Richard Powell.
I think that was stropping.
Yeah.
That was the one.
That's really what I got, honestly speaking.
Phil, stropping.
Yeah.
Strop.
Stropping, strop.
Oh, Parminder disappeared.
Do we just lose
There he is.
No, he's back.
I'm here. I'm here.
No, he's got good internet. Come on.
So I don't know if that answers questions. That's
fine.
more of my philosophy. I mean,
I
learn
think that's
to
gonna help
hone
a lot of
before you
us
learn to
because-
sharpen.
Yeah, it helps a lot of us because I'm gonna go, and I have it on my list right now to get the word sharp field sharpener. I want to try it. I want to see how. If somebody of your experience says this is fucking good, the viewers of Stuff 2 should be taking that to heart because you have years of experience in the field of knives and maintaining them. Maintenance is the biggest fucking thing, and it doesn't involve removing half an inch of goddamn steel off of my edge every time in a guided system. And I've done that for a long time.
Someone just said DMT card is amazing, great for the farm tasks. Use it all the time in the field.
Awesome.
That's
100%.
Disclaimer.
I think I'm going to go with a workshop and DMT card. I'm
Yeah,
going to get those two, and then I'll see where I want to go with that because most of my users are like in the car, in the garage, right? And
that's good.
Paul, I told you like I have like a lot of Gerbers I use
Yeah.
for cutting tasks because I don't want to,
You don't want to put
that
that puppy in danger's way. So when you have a
That's
7
right,
CR blade, you're not going to mind grinding that thing away. Learn.
That's right. Yeah, I don't want to,
Smart. And
use
you know
this
what? Funniest thing, I used the Gerber jukebox, my wife's Gerber jukebox for my first run on the stones.
Dan,
So
question
it's Gerber all the way. I'm
you.
just going to waste that blade. It's my wife. She doesn't give a shit.
I've heard you can use a ferro rod to hone. No, that's a myth.
There we go.
That's an absolute myth.
Ron,
You can, and
stop
there is no. He's not off. There is a
Yes.
there's an old thing that you could do with those giant light bulbs, like those industrial light bulbs.
Yeah.
The center part of that apparently is like some sort of ceramic, some sort of hybrid center, and those were coveted back in the day.
Yes. The actual part where you essentially you screw it in, you've got a ceramic section.
Yeah, the rod inside or something.
Yeah. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. So that's
coming to ferro rod. It's a different ball game, different material. It will ruin
Different
the edge.
stone altogether. Well, I think it's time, Paul.
Oh no!
For our big moment of
I'm just showing Ron.
Hey,
big
Ron.
moment
Just for
that
Ron.
we have here. So, are you let's explain what is going on? I'm gonna put up on the screen.
So today we are announcing the 1K giveaway winners. I'm going to put an asterisk beside this because a package still hasn't arrived with some of the goods that's going to be going to you guys. So I can reveal to you the knives, at least, that you will be receiving. Now, the grand prize winner, why don't I remember his last name right now? I'm put on the spot and suddenly I got jitterbugs. Mitchell Brown. Thank you. You are the grand prize winner.
Yeah,
Okay.
congratulations to Michelle. Woo!
Nice job.
Mitchell, you killed it. You got it, buddy. And so your grand prize, what you are getting, first off, is a Guy Benningfield custom friction folder in a beautiful honey. I can't explain it. And when you get this, you will take better pictures to reveal this to us of how beautiful this scale is. From Guy Benningfield, a friction folder at $10.95. That is just an absolute gorgeous beast. And I'm sorry I'm playing with your knife right now, but I'm showing you what you are getting, my friend.
I think we all,
I didn't
all could say, Paul, that we all want this knife ourselves.
I have had, from showing you guys this knife, trust me, the people want this. This is beautiful. And I mean, I have XL glove hands, and I get a great purchase on this. Lots of jimping. So, you're not going to have a big issue of pushing. $10.95 steel, so it's a real gem to touch up. Just a beautiful knife from 3G Blades, Guy Benningfield. He donated this, which was beyond me. I couldn't believe he donated it. Along with that, we have another donation, another supporter of our giveaway, which is the local shop of S&R Knives. And when I picked this up about a month ago, I was reading the box and I was like, oh yeah, I just popped it out. Oh, a dragonfly, that's cool. What I didn't notice is that this is midnight navy blue scales Emerson opener dragonfly. I literally did not take this out until today.
Yeah.
So what you are getting is boom, the saber grind on the VG10
nice.
Dragonfly.
Wow,
This
that's
thing,
nice.
I lose my mind at saber grinds. Good on you, buddy. You deserve it. And it's still just it's an awesome knife anyways. The Dragonfly with the Emerson opener. She's going back into the bubble wrap. Let me get my sticky fingerprints up there for you, Mitchell. I don't wanna ruin your knife. Brand new in the box, except for me touching it and oogling it earlier.
Hey, Perminder, what's the site? Is it snrknives.com or what is it? Sorry, I don't remember.
Yes.
No,
it is
it's
SNR
swordsandknives.com.
Swords and Knives.
Okay, thank you, SNR.
Thank you to Rodney and Sean.
That's right.
That was really nice of you, and it was more than what I expected. I did not expect something like that from them when I went in and just threw the idea out that we were offering to have a giveaway.
Paul, what's their
Sean looked and he found that and I was like, holy shit, man. I was expecting to give me like a K-Bar Dozier and an OS 8. You know what I mean? Sorry, what?
What's their eBay name? Because I didn't even know that I bought from them, but I did buy from them.
Right. So the eBay name is of the area they're in. It's called Caledon 2. Caledon 2.
Yes, Caledon 2.
Caledon 2 is their eBay username. So if you do off of that, you're still getting great deals, and you're supporting a local brick and mortar shop, right out of Mississauga there, like right on the.
You know, they got. So for our sub 100 challenge, I couldn't find the Wraith in the ice except for them.
That's right.
They got it on me so fast, and this was in the height of all that crap happening with Canada Post. So
yes.
Good on them.
They have great shipping. These guys don't mess around. Parminder has bought thousands of dollars of knives from them too, and they try to help him as much as they can. They help me as much as I can. They're really good guys. They're normal guys like you and I. Not so much like me because I'm an asshole, but they're good dudes. Rodney and Sean, man.
Yeah, Rodney
big ups to them. I'm surprised they even gave me something, but they're real true blue dudes like you and I.
That's what valuable.
Remember, you got anything to say about SNR?
No, SNR. I am, buying from those guys for the last 8 years. There is nothing better than those two guys, Rod and Sean. They both are like partners in the business, and they are always available in the mornings. If you go, you will definitely see one of those two.
Even early mornings on the email. I mean, they post this shit at like 4 a.m. sometimes. I'm like, these guys are dedicated.
That's right, yeah.
Even though they're not part of the group, Sean and Rodney they have an unofficial home in EDC Canada for this.
Yeah.
I can't speak highly enough of them. If they don't have something, yes, I do order from Warriors and Wonders once in a while, but their shipping is equal. It's not like Warriors and Wonders stands out. Anyway, we have a second winner. We're not going to forget this. So, our second winner of the 1K giveaway is Phil ruined it, and it's Thomas Vree.
Woo! Thomas, congratulations.
Thomas, good job, buddy. You did well. You're proving us right with everything we're putting into this group. We want people like you in there. And so the first one, I am waiting on a blade swap, but you've won yourself a Spyderco Tenacious with not this blade because this is stock, and that is stupid. So we have a modified blade coming. Or maybe I might modify this one and just give it to him. Shit happens. We are going to give you the Spyderco Tenacious. This is like new, does not have the box. I bought this in the States, came back with me, so it is brand new. I have not cut anything, nor did the secondary blade. It's been sharpened because it's been modified. Second prize for him of knives, we have the CRKT. Ow! God, the razor clip. Oh my God, it cut me so hard. Oh my God. It got me. It got me.
Oh.
The razor clip. Be careful with this one. Be careful. CRKT razor. Oh God, I'm dying. I'm feeling faint.
Oh, please.
I'm gonna go to bed. Thomas, you've got other great stuff on the way for you as well. So you've got the Razor Cliff and the Tenacious coming to you. Same as Mitchell, we've got other great stuff coming, and I need a band-aid. Help me! No, nobody cares.
We're happy to the rescue.
No, we don't.
Yeah, Abby, grab me some paper towels there. Toilet paper. It got me really good. I really put my hand in front of it that time. This thing's been flipping really good lately.
Paul.
Toilet paper's good.
Yeah, it's all the time.
It's just.
Don't do it again. Don't do it again.
I need toilet paper.
Stop.
No, I just gotta keep going until
you need to hold like this and then pull it.
No, I can't. That's what made me do that.
You just got.
I gotta get him a new one. Thank you.
No, now it's just limited edition.
That's right. It's limited edition. Paul's Blood razor clip. No, you know what? There's absolutely nothing on the tip because it cuts so quick, and because you get that dual edge.
Yeah.
That's why this is a crazy boy to have. Good job, Phil. Have that. That's a crazy boy. Apparently, I have to keep this now, according to that guy. But we've got this, and we've got the customized Tenacious coming to you.
No longer like new unboxed.
I'm sorry, Thomas. You know what? This is used once, like new. 9.8 out of 10. Sale value on it. I'm sorry. You will enjoy it. I'm sure you'll sanitize it very well. I will too. Don't worry. I'm not gonna screw around at this time of age. By the way, those are the two big ones. There is extras going to both of you, Mitchell and Thomas. We will have extras coming in those packages. But
it's kind of it's almost like a little loot box that they're gonna get.
It is, and you know what? It's meant to be fun because this was fun for us. And I'm gonna say that the 1,000 member giveaway was fun for us because I've been part of this group for so many years, and finally, just hitting this out of nowhere blew my mind. And we wanna just share the love and share the fun and humor, and I hope you guys see that in some of the gifts you get too. So I won't reveal the other fun stuff, but I'd like to just take a moment, if we could. Brandon donated some really nice Tarot Tough scales for a paramilitary too. This stuff is milled to spec and beautiful. It's a little bit harder than micarta, and it feels velvety smooth. We've got these scales and a pancake sheath going up for a instantaneous giveaway here. Did I put that in wrong? Yeah, I totally did. It would go this way. We're doing a giveaway right now to anybody that's watching. If you, Dan, shut up. If you have a paramilitary 2 and you think you deserve these scales, boy, then I want you to hush hush. No mention of this giveaway on the page. I want you to post up your paramilitary 2. And come tomorrow at some point, I'm going to pick a winner. And we'll go from there. How does that sound?
I think that's a great idea. Let's see how many people are like watching this, and they are going to post it like the paramilitary.
I don't want people telling other people. If you watch this and you have a PM2, just post your PM2 up. Oh, I'm just posting it because it's a cool knife. I don't care about the sub challenge. You know, look at my PM2.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna find it. So we might have, not a huge viewer count, but I'm gonna find it, and you might be that lucky person that wins these scales and a wicked awesome Wisec leather pancake sheath for the belt. And trust me, this thing's a lot of fun. You pop that puppy in there, it's ready to rock every time. So I'm gonna throw that out there, guys. Keep it hush hush. Let's get some paramilitary 2 scales out. Thanks to Brandon, who's been making scales and posting them like mad. He's working on the native scales right now. So. Yes,
absolutely.
It is.
These
are very good scales. I'm not saying they're cheap at all because he took his time and honed in what he was doing, and they look great. And they feel great.
And he blew up like 50 vape batteries while making them.
Oh, he put that shit in his pocket and it just blew his leg half off. I mean, shit, that poor guy. We're gonna have to start raising money for him. Help Brandon walk again.
So we're getting pretty close here to the end of the day. So we hit on some sharpening, which is really good. Hope people can pick and choose and get some gems out of there. Parminder, that DMT card I got, I bought it a long time ago in Calgary, but I've bought some as gifts before from Mountain Equipment Co-op. They sell them for like
Yes.
3 of them for $40 or something.
Get it on back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. The workshop you can get anywhere. Get it from
SNR will have it.
Yeah, so that's really good there. This is the first episode with Parminder in there. So Parminder, thanks for taking time out of your day.
Thanks, brother. Look forward to having you more often.
Absolutely. I might I saw one of the comments, somebody wanted to see my pen collection. I was like, sure. We will bring something nice and Razel for you, Paul.
Yes.
Next week.
Please.
Don't worry, I'm going to show off my spinner.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I have a desk spinner too.
Parminder got a compliment about his beautiful spinner, and poor Dan is all like, "Oh, look at mine. Mine's better."
Bring it.
Actually, I think Dan make by himself, right, Dan?
It's
nice.
Dan.
It looks like Dan's work.
Dan, what is that? What is that amateur hour over there? Yeah, that's cool. You have a bearing.
And if I ever need to bolt
Parminder, yours is really nice.
And if I need to bolt something down, I can use
it. I know.
Shit. We have fun here, ladies and gentlemen. We have fun here.
We'll wrap her up. Next week, I think our topic will be, we'll get back into the Phil project next week. So I'll talk
Phil's got some homework to do, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hold him accountable.
I do.
Actually, also, guys, if you guys want us to talk about something, just throw it up in the group or message any of the guys and just say, I would love to know about this, or I want to talk about that. We'll do that for you as well. I'm going to just steal the show, Phil, for a second here.
Go for it.
One thing that's really cool with this group is, and I haven't seen it anywhere else, is our monthly challenges. So the first month was a sub 100. So the sub 100 was interesting because I turned around and I'm like, oh crap, I got a question. So that was really fun. The next month was kind of, like a two-parter, I guess, right? And it's been a good episode. You guys are vibing this week. Okay. I'm not sure what vibing means. I'm assuming
it means good. Dan, you old piece of shit. It means good.
So the second one was we had, we're putting together like a little safety kit plus the sub challenge, which, by the way, blew me out of the water.
Oh, damn.
Was traditional carry, and so many beautiful traditional carry blades.
Yes.
Posted up, and there might be a little thank you thing happening with that. We'll tell you later, but and then we're gonna come. February's almost over. And then we're gonna have something special for March. I want to continue doing this. I love these monthly little challenges. And Parminder is in charge for March. So Parminder, I think, are you gonna tell people in March, or what are you gonna do? How are you gonna announce this?
No, I think we will do close to the end of this month.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. It's too early to talk about right now about March Madness.
Good boy.
Like
yeah.
Keep them guessing, buddy.
But yeah, thanks to everyone on the page. It was super fun. I got to see so much stuff. Yeah. Also, I ended up buying things because I'm like, oh crap, I need that. Crap, I need that.
He bought things that were the usual. I would go and buy, say, an Ontario knife Wraith in ice. And Dan, of course, followed my example and bought one as well. That seems to be the ongoing theme in this, relationship Dan and I have. I buy something.
I copy him.
And then Dan copies me.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You know what? It was all about opening eyes to people that carry knives that are expensive.
Oh, someone says they were in the shop. Who won?
So the first one was Mitchell Brown, and the second runner-up was Thomas Vree. You're going to have to rewatch the rest of the episode to find out everything else that's been done.
That was actually Guy Bedingfield, the maker of
that Guy Bedingfield. So Thomas Vree won. I showed off your bad boy. You're going to have to skip back to the end of this episode and find it out, my friend. I tried to explain this piece as best as I could, but I did not do it justice, and I know Mitchell's going to take some really good photos up for you.
I think so.
And you know what? Honestly speaking, like I have a couple of 3G blades from Guy as well, and one did this the Tonto that he did with me, the micarta. Until you got it in hand, it was hard to kind of see in the picture what it's going to look like, and then look completely like you're like, wow, this is awesome, right? And so when you say like you're describing it as a caramel color. It's really hard to explain. So whoever can take the picture of it the best, it'd be nice to throw it up there.
Mitchell, if you get your hands on this, make sure you get those macros in on this honey color, man. This beautiful, beautiful scale that he's done with it. It's a piece that you will hopefully enjoy for a long time. 3G Blades sold it with this.
I think
Guy,
Michelle,
thank you again.
Is really, really good with a camera because he does that professionally as well.
Yes, I think he
will kill it.
I hope he gets the most out of that scale to really show us what Guy's capable of. Mm-hmm. Because I've bought several off him now and impressive every damn time. You know what I mean? I'm rocking 3G blades today. Dan's just sucking up and he went and got his, but I was actually carrying mine today. So thanks again, Guy.
Okay, there.
But again,
thanks for tuning in today. We're going to go back with like I was saying before, we got into this tangent off to conclude the show. Next week we're going to go back into the Phil project. And by all means, guys, if you want us to talk about a topic, because EDC Canada International is all about educating people.
Yes.
Helping them out, guidance. That's why we're here. That's why we created this page back on September 3rd, 2012. I almost said 2013 there. But it's just one of these things. So we appreciate every single one of you. We enjoy talking to each and every one of you. I enjoy looking at your pictures you post, so I know Paul does as well. I think continue.
I'm going to add a bit there too. The growth in the group, posts, comments, likes, everything, astronomical. I made a little post the other day about it, and we appreciate all you guys are doing for the family. We're becoming a family with this, and we're getting to know people that are posting all the time and commenting.
We're also getting to know some of the makers out there, like Guy, like Brandon, Morgan Cohen's is a longtime member of EDC Canada. He's an excellent knife maker out here in Ontario. I had him post a few pictures on the page a few weeks ago, and it's like we need to get more exposure for these guys. So, on that note, I think it's time for the after show, guys. So,
after show.
Talk to you guys later next week. The Canadian Club is
bye. Thanks for tuning in. Special thanks to SNR Knives. Special thanks to Guy Bennington. Special thanks to Brandon, because you all killed it, and we are thankful.
Hey, Paul, can you do this without cutting yourself?
No.
Hold on. Maybe I have a knife over here that can do it. But
we're done now.
Mine's not assisted, asshole. Cut the show. We're done. This episode is not airing. We're done. Cut it. We're done with the show.
Okay, guys.